Okay, welcome back. It is time to bust some medical mysteries. We've got our twin doctors, Dr. I, Dr. J. They're back this morning to answer those trending health questions. Hey there to both of you. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
A lot of back to school action happening this week. So we're going to go through our little true or false questions here. And I'm going to do my best to answer them correctly. Dr. J, I will start with you. True or false, eating an earlier dinner can improve your kid's school performance? I'll say true.
Most people would think that that's true, but that's absolutely false. Starve
No
those little
way.
kids.
I was
Don't
thinking you
starve them.
digest
Yeah,
earlier, get to bed, easier.
well, so what ends up happening is when we're hungry, our empty stomach makes this hormone called ghrelin. And ghrelin basically sends signals to our brain that, hey, I'm hungry, fill me. What ghrelin also does is it works on a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which affects our behavior. So when you have hungry kids, they're a little bit hangry and they're a little tougher to deal with. And that's why a lot of people are now encouraging to feed them early. However, ghrelin also causes our hippocampus, which is the part of the brain that plays a role in learning and memory, to become more neuroplastic. So when kids are hungry because of the higher ghrelin levels, they actually learn more effectively and they remember what they learn. So instead of an early dinner, maybe a little snack to fill the belly a little bit, but not so much that they're not making that ghrelin. And then they can eat dinner after they finish their studying. So starve them. It's okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. That's a different parenting technique than I was expecting to hear this morning. Okay. Dr. I, you're up next. True or false? The risk of deadly complications after a kidney donation is higher now than it was in the 1990s. I'm going to say that's false.
Yeah, you're correct. That is false. Thankfully, the likelihood of having a complication or death after a kidney donation has fallen substantially by threefold. However, the bad news is the number of people needing kidneys has gone up exponentially. The kidney transplant list goes up by about 8% every year, and that is because what causes kidney issues, right? What causes kidney failure? Obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and these are things that are unfortunately skyrocketing in the U.S. So if you need a kidney or if you have a kidney transplant done, your risk is much less, but the likelihood of needing a kidney transplant is higher. So how can you get off of that list or stay off of that list? Control your weight, control your blood pressure through diet, exercise, and medication, control your diabetes.
All right, Dr. J, you are up next. Baby food sold in the U.S. is required to meet basic health guidelines for nutrition. True.
You would think that that is true, but that is false. Really, there is no food in the U.S. that is required to meet any basic health guidelines.
Not even baby
kind of
food.
Shocking. Not even baby food. And there was a study
Shocking.
done recently that had some really shocking findings. The first thing they found was, so the World Health Organization has some basic guidelines for what it recommends for baby food worldwide. And a study was done comparing prepackaged baby food to these World Health Organization recommendations. And what they found was about 70% of the time, the food did not meet the basic caloric requirements for a serving. About 30 to 40% of the time, it had way more sugar than the World Health Organization recommended. And about 50% of the time, it was deficient in protein. And so basically, these foods, these pre-made foods, don't meet basic health requirements. And so we normally tell parents, if you can, make your own food. Get fresh fruits, veggies, organic meats, whole grains, make your own food, and be wary of very generic monikers like wholesome or part of a healthy diet. Oftentimes that's kind of a bait and switch, and they're telling you to look here at this fake moniker so that you're not looking here at the ingredient list. But most foods don't meet basic health requirements.
Yeah,
so
got to take those extra steps as parents and really look at the nutrition list, or like you said, try and do it yourself if you can, if you've got the energy at the end of the day. Okay, Dr. I, you're up next. True or false? Getting the chickenpox virus can cause memory loss and dementia. False.
That was actually true. It is true. So this is the thing. What happens when you get an infection, right? You get inflammation, and it is a well-proven fact that inflammation can actually lead to memory loss and dementia. Now, memory loss and dementia are multifactorial, so a lot of things can, but inflammation plays a role there. Now, what happens when you get the chickenpox virus, like 90+% of us have had chickenpox, you get this rash throughout your body, right? But when you get shingles, if you notice, you get rash in a very specific area, just one side of your body. And that is because the virus, VZV, varicella zoster virus, that causes chickenpox and shingles, lives in the nerves. And so not only do you get inflammation when you get chickenpox and shingles, but just having this inactive nerve in the virus, inactive virus in the nerve can cause inflammation as well, and in your brain cells and in your nerve cells. So absolutely, chickenpox and shingles can. So get that vaccine. Try and avoid as much as you can chickenpox and shingles. Get vaccinated.
Okay, man, I did not do a great job today. I think I got 1 out of 4. So, okay, a lot to learn. Appreciate you guys teaching me a lot on this Thursday morning. To have your medical health questions answered on our show, you can go ahead and find Dr. Dr. J on social media, the Twin Doctors _. Thanks to you both for joining us as always.